KandiShow episode 14. Today is May 17th, 2021. It's actually 1/11. Perfect timing. My name is Vinny Kandis.
I'm Alec Kandis.
And we had our best 2-week span in our podcast history.
Right.
2 weeks ago, we had 32 subscribers. And that was in about a 3-month span, I believe. In the last 2 weeks, we got 28 subscribers. We almost doubled subscribers.
28, yeah.
28, 14 each week. So we basically doubled subscribers. So
starting to get some views, too.
Starting to get some views. So we're going to just keep hitting while the iron's hot, as they say.
Yeah.
Just get right into stuff.
I mean, do you want to talk? It was my first day back in jiu-jitsu.
Okay, let's go. Tell me, what'd you guys work? Let's hear about it.
We did some side control work. We've been working on body pressure stuff a lot. So we do if you're in side control and they could turn to their side, like blocking them with your hip. Okay. You know what I mean? So we were working that, and then we worked this little mount take.
You were on top?
Yeah.
Like blocking with the hip with your arm?
Yeah, and we were positioning
We do that a lot.
ourselves.
We hip check. Hector likes
We've been doing both arms over top. So instead of having that head control, it's like you get that one shoulder, that one arm control, and then you hip check that way. And then if they do it, like you hip check it 3 times, then you can hip check and push the mount.
Okay.
So we worked that. But I got my brain fucking rattled.
Damn.
I got slammed today.
I got
my face cut.
Did you start standing?
Huh?
Where you started standing?
You know how it is. Some guys stand, some guys
But what I'm
don't.
saying,
when I got hit.
in the part where you got slammed on your head.
Yeah.
So you were starting standing.
Well, so I went for a takedown, right? So I get the single leg, and then he kind of like just jammed his hand in my neck, and I just fucking rattled my brain, bro.
So it wasn't from the head hitting the ground, it's from it hitting his arm?
No, it was from the ground.
So he like went to like...
Yeah, so he kind of like he tried to stuff me.
Like wizard or did
yeah, right.
Thing.
He got that, and then he like kind of pushed my head, and I just fucking cracked
he
my
shot
shit.
in with a lot of force and fell straight to the ground and cracked your head.
I got the single leg, and then he was able to hop, and he like kind of jumped on me and pushed my head, and I cracked my shit.
Damn.
Yeah, so I got my brain rattled.
Woke you up, and this is at a 6 a.m. session,
right.
So wake your ass up.
I woke up at 4 a.m. to take my sister to the airport.
Damn.
Then I went straight to jits, and then after jits, I got a little 30-minute sauna session in. So I feel great. I look fucked up, but I feel great.
You don't look so fucked up. I mean, you always look pretty fucked up, so it just goes
That's
with
hilarious.
it. But he was out for what, a couple months? I mean, 3?
Longer than that,
3,
dude.
4?
I mean, I tried to get back in a couple months ago.
Times in the 3-4 month span.
And I got hurt again, but really since December.
Yeah. Just a little background. I've been training jiu-jitsu for 11 years. I have a brown belt. Alec has trained with me over the years, like here and there. I had mats in my garage at the apartment. We used to bring mats out. So he kind of been around it, went to my tournament. So he's been around it. But he just started himself about a year ago at a school called 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. And most jiu-jitsu, you have gi and no gi. But 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, which is started by Eddie Bravo in LA or in Torrance, they're just straight no-gi. So Alec goes to the school. He just does straight no-gi. And he started about, a year ago?
Yeah, July.
About a year. So we both train jiu-jitsu at a high rate. And
I'm back in it, though. I can't wait. I feel amazing, too. I did get Kimura. I injured my shoulder. That's why I was out. I got a slight tear. So I've been trying to let it heal. But I got Kimura today. I do feel a little iffy, but it's not bad.
Nice.
So
yeah, jiu-jitsu, I always talk to Alec about it, and just anyone in general, you always feel the best after jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, a lot of runners claim they get that runner's high thing, And, like, I weightlift heavy. Like, I work out hard, I work out 6 days a week, and I don't get that type of feeling. Like, you get a good pump, and you get it a little bit. But there's nothing that matches jits. I mean, I ran 22 miles for my birthday. I felt like shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you push yourself to exhaustion.
Right. Yeah. I was running like 5 miles you remember? I was like every other day I was running like 5-6 miles leading up. I still didn't get a good feeling from that. Yeah.
I think it was more mental exhaustion. You were striving for these big things, you know, because I've really studied this to all of them. And, from lifting to running on the treadmill for 2 miles to jiu-jitsu, they all do something different for me. I do believe when I do the lifting, the running, the jiu-jitsu, my body moves the best. Right. So you're doing all the vibrations, so your vibration's going to be at its best when you need it. Yeah. But I do feel my run high, my lift high, and my jiu-jitsu high, but nothing beats jiu-jitsu for sure. Yeah. It's something nature, and humans have been fighting for eternity. It's something just
it's just so intense, and the cardio is so intense too. You're fighting another man, you're trying to strangle each other. That's as intense as it gets. So you get that adrenaline pumping, plus it's crazy cardio. My cardio was fucking ass, dude. I did 4 rounds, and I was breathing like a fucking like dad type shit.
It takes like 2 weeks to get it back, but I think I'm gonna sign up for American Nationals June 24th. So
really?
Do Masters.
Yeah, I told you real close to getting that black belt.
These smaller tournaments, like 5 that's this weekend in Naga.
Yeah.
The problem with where I'm at in my stage is for Masters, which is 30 and up, brown belt, and I'm big. You know, like right now, if I sign up with a gi, I'll do super heavy, which is 208 to 222. So I could probably get down to 208 below 208 at some point. I just think it's a little hard for my sleep schedule right now. I'd have to really bust my ass.
Yeah, you just had a kid.
I don't want to get sick. My son's 3 weeks old today, so I don't want to bust my ass and get sick. But so I'll probably do super heavy for this, 208 to 222.
Right.
But like Naga in 5 and even Jiu-Jitsu World League that I was supposed to compete on, Jiu-Jitsu World League hit me up that week and there wasn't an opponent for my weight class. But something like IBJJF, a lot of people sign up for it. And it's here in Vegas, American Nationals. You know all the IBJJF. That's Pan, Worlds, American National. I think I did American Nationals before as a purple belt. I could be wrong, but anyway. All right.
But feeling good. I'm glad I'm back.
All right, let's get into some stuff. So let's start with, just because it's new, let's do the J. Cole album reaction, album breakdown, album review.
The off-season.
The off-season. J. Cole just dropped an album Friday, the off-season. First album in a couple years. Obviously, all the big artists were kind of waiting this past year and a half anyway because of COVID, the pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of them want to tour. But anyway, J. Cole was the first big guy to drop. Where do you want to start?
Let's. You want to do like first reaction, and then we could do song by song or top 3 choices or something.
I got a top 3 favorite song. I have a little story too.
All right, go into it.
Go story. Okay, so here's what we'll say. So this one's called the off season. So back in like 07, 08, that would have been like the warm up Friday Night Lights.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was like 08, 09. Yeah,
damn.
07, 08, 09, and before I got into a deep dive in hip hop when I was 19, which would have been 12 years ago when I met Bijan, right? My music before Bijan, so like end of high school, all my music was downloaded from Strauss. Downloaded all my music, and he was into J. Cole before a little bit. At least he got me into. He told me about J. Cole, and he had the warm up and Friday Night Lights on there. And there's certain moments in my life that I just have these pictures in my mind, and I'll never forget. I was traveling a lot, going back from California back to Cincinnati to see my dad. I moved to California, went back to Ohio, but I was always traveling back and forth. So I remember some of these moments of listening to certain music and getting like the chills and feeling real inspired. And I'll never forget at one of these. It was one of those airports like Chicago or Dallas, one of those ones where you have a layover. And I had a long layover, and I was listening to it was either Friday Night Lights or the warm up, and just feeling real inspired. And I don't get those feelings that much anymore. And I'm a little bit older and probably I've heard it all and seen a lot of it. So, but I do remember that. And the reason I want to bring it up, because that was the warm up, and now we're here. I mean, this would be 12 years later, 13 years later. I wish we know the exact date of the warm up, but this is 12 years later. This would be he's calling it the off season.
Yeah.
So you get into, let's say, do you want a first take or your favorite
I want
song?
a first take.
Okay, tell me your first take about it.
Oh, 2009.
2009. So we're 2020, 21. Yeah.
So my first take, first off, I was super excited coming into it after you dropped the interlude, you know? So I came in with really high hopes, and I was like in high school for me too, Friday Night Lights and shit when I was playing basketball and football. That's what everyone was playing, you know? So I love that shit. So he was one of my favorite rappers in high school. And then he had that first drop under the label with the Workout and the Drake song and shit, which was pretty shitty, you know? And then he had Born Sinners. Was that the
Born
next one?
Sinners, yeah.
And that was a decent album, you know? But then after that, none of the albums kind of clicked
Drives
for me.
was good.
Yeah, maybe like 3 songs.
Yeah. And
Which isn't a lot.
This is something I want to reiterate first before we get into a take. And I try to emphasize. I've been trying to emphasize this to you for a long time, and especially now as you get a little older. But we always have to put in perspective the big major labor albums versus the independent albums.
I understand.
We're not going to get an 80 Empire. Sounds and acoustics and drums and so I always have to put that into perspective that this is a major label. Not only is it a major label, it's one of the top 6, 7, 8 big dogs in music, not just in music. He's Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, and then you got like the Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber's. I'm probably missing some people, not her and these people, but he's big, top 10.
No, I understand that, but I feel like other guys in the category that most people place him in deliver more than J. Cole does. Okay. Or maybe I just put J. Cole on such a high standard because of Friday Night Lights and the warm up. You know, maybe I put him too high, and I think everyone puts him like everyone says top 5. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you have, and I don't feel like he has a classic album too. You know. So what was my even point in going into this? Your point was
I don't know if
no, I'm just saying, and like the people that are in his caliber, that people put him in the caliber, I feel like perform better than him.
So, but real quick,
even though they do have,
who would be in his category? Kendrick, Drake.
Yeah.
But you don't like Kendrick albums usually.
Yeah, but I'd rather listen to Kendrick than J. Cole prior to this album.
Okay. So prior to this album.
So
now does this all have a take on this album?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I've stopped caring about J. Cole as much. I don't get as excited.
The last album was kind of corny. The
King KOB or something like that. With the crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
I didn't like that he was. I don't like when he was gratifying like Percocets and stuff at the end of that one song, and that was like one of the most popular songs or whatever he was doing. But again, that's part of the major label thing. You have to push something negative.
Right. But even the other guys that do that, the rest of their performance, I feel like, is at a higher caliber than J. Cole. So leading up to it, I wasn't as excited until I heard the interlude. And then when I played the album, this is the best album I've heard from him in a long time.
Right. And I know you were anxious to see what I had to say about it, but I feel the same way. First and foremost, and I did a deep dive, and I went back a couple days. I know the energies of each day is different. Right. So I made sure I was right on what I was hearing. And again, I always want to put that in. The major label, they control the sounds and the volumes and the drums, and so it's always going to be a little bit more different than some of these independent albums.
Do you think it depends on which label you're on too, to a certain extent?
No, it's all the same.
So you don't feel like Rockefeller guys have like more leeway than someone
because they're still owned by Def Jam. You know, these are just small. These are sub labels under Sony.
They're branched off, but they're still part of the big guys.
Sony, Universal, and Def Jam. You know, these are the big ones. So and then there's the Good Music and TDE, but these are all owned. Dreamville, but they're all owned under the big major label. So it goes through this synthesizer at the end that they click the button. You know, but anyway. But I'll start with this. The first song, 95 South. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but he set the tone with the energy. That was the one thing about this album. He came with this fiery tone, which I appreciate.
Which has been missing.
Yeah, which has been missing in music. You know, like major label people.
Right.
You know, it's like he comes, and I know people say Lil Baby, and Lil Baby had a verse on here, but like people don't really come with this like confident vibrato stuff anymore on a main label. To me, maybe I'm missing out on these guys, but I just don't hear it that often. I know people think like the Baby is doing it, but it's not.
Well, they might have the tone, but it's also the context of the music too. You know? So typically it's missing one.
Yeah. And I think too, I always give credit to these guys who've been here for now we said that was 12 years. There's something to that. DaBaby and Lil Baby have been here for 2 years, you know? There's more to what you say when you've been around for 12 years. You know, you've really been walking the walk and talking the talk. So let's do, I have 3 favorite songs.
I do too.
Okay. You want to do yours first?
I mean, you said 95 South isn't yours, but it's mine. Okay. It's in my top 3.
I had a feeling that would be one of yours.
Yeah. So you want to go back to back, or you want me to just go down mine?
You tell me.
Okay. First off, like the Climb Back, I felt like that was a hard ass song. What was the other song that was paired with that?
But the Lion on Ice or something. Lion King on Ice.
Both of those songs were hard. The Climb Back is in my top songs on the album, but I won't put it in because he released it early. I'm not going to. I'm gonna do 95 South, 100 Mil, and Pride is the Devil.
Okay. So 2 of the 3 are mine. My favorite song, I do have 3, but the more and more I look at it, my favorite song is 100 Mil. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
And I think, too, this is something that I also thought about with this album. J. Cole is more in my age realm. So a lot of his, I do believe there is something to that. You know, like when we talked about the Cordae thing, you like Cordae a lot, but he's really your same age. Yeah. You know, and he did grow on me more this last little 4-track. But
to be fair, he's the only person my age that I listen to. But yeah.
But I'm just in context, you get what I'm saying. So like
I would probably relate to him more than you would.
Yeah. And J. Cole's 36. He's even older than me. But we're in the same kind of realm of generation. And so for like 100 Mil, and I have 3 favorite songs, but I did take some lyrics out of.
So what are your top 3?
Well, look, do you want me to go over some of these lyrics in 100 Mil first, or tell you the 3?
Tell the 3. And then let's do that.
So my 3 favorite were 100 Mil.
Yeah.
You said Pride is the Devil. That is one of mine, and I like My Life.
My Life.
Yeah, I like My Life a lot too.
You know what? That honestly, My Life has the best hook. Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful.
No, that's right though. He does have the best. The Morey guy.
He has the best hook. But the 21 Savage verse ruins the song.
I think you just don't like 21 Savage. I liked it.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say that is one of my favorite songs, and the hook is amazing. J. Cole's verse is amazing, but for some reason, 21 Savage doesn't click for me. It's just not my cup of tea.
He doesn't click for me either, but they had a song on 21 Savage's last album featuring J. Cole, and that was the best album on that. Yeah. And if you watch that documentary, 21 Savage was a big part of that documentary, the 12-minute documentary with J. Cole, and he was in it. And but I do feel like J. Cole made 21 Savage level up a little 100%. Bit. So I like that.
No, his verse was decent, but just going from J. Cole to him was just not the best mix. And that probably would have been one of my top songs if 21 Savage wasn't on there. But, I mean, that's just my critique.
So, and I do think, like, the Pride is the Devil and My Life have, like, the best sounds to it. I like the chorus mix up. J. Cole sings on the Pride is the Devil song. Some of my favorite lyrics on 100 Mil. 100 Mil, he just came with his energy. I felt like kind of inspired every time he said it. The moves that I made, the people I fed, the evil I ducked. They minds is too feeble. They lean on they crutch. I'm bleeding from fighting my demons head up. When I get defeated, believe I get up. I like that line a lot. I even thought that was fun. I'm proud of they never switched up. Don't care if Michael B. Jordan that's calling my woman to fuck. She never gonna pick up. And then, this line goes on that part, but he goes, sadly, I can't say the same for you. A couple of dollars be changing you. I pray for you, you know, when I'm bleeping out.
Right.
And then the other one is not about the money. It's more about time. Shit makes sense when you see how I spend mine. But yeah, 100 Mil is my favorite song.
Yeah.
100 Mil, My Life, and Pride is the Devil. And I did like the energy on 95 South. And I really like the energy on.
It was an amazing intro.
Yeah,
and it's like you said, it started the tone for the album.
Yeah.
You know, once I heard that, I'm like, okay.
Applying Pressure, he came out with that energy too, which I like that song a lot too. If you want me to kill a song, the worst song is "Let Go of My Hand," the Boz and Black song. But yeah, that's if you.
I was just about to ask, were there any songs that you had to skip? Because I didn't have any.
"Let Go of My Hand" is the worst song on the album for sure. Yeah.
I can't even think. Hold up.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it. Yeah,
don't play it right now. Play it later. I promise you. He did now. The only one we didn't say, which I do like, the song Amari, the second song.
Yeah.
That's the video they dropped today. So, anyway. But shout out to J. Cole. So, again, on a scale of 1 to 10, every time we do this album reaction, I'll give it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Really?
I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, I feel like, again, this album just came out. I probably played through it like 10, 15 times because we've been talking about it and we knew we were going to do the album review. So, I don't know. It's probably going to grow even more on me, but I'd probably get a 7 right now. 7.
Yeah. And again, I went back a couple days and played my 3 favorite songs, and they all 3 hit each day. Yeah. And I took something different from it each time. So that's something I always do really
It's honestly like a 7, 8 to me, and it probably will grow on me too. Yeah. You know? Do you feel like J. Cole has any classic albums? Do you consider Friday Night Lights in the warm?
I'm not like the classic album guy, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I'm just not. I couldn't tell you, like, to me, what's a classic album. I got like a couple that come to my head.
No, but you do.
Like the Black Album.
You'd have to think about it.
The Black Album.
Yeah.
I think Macklemore Thrift Shop's a classic album. So I mean, not Thrift Shop.
No.
The Heist.
The Heist.
The Heist. Yeah, I think that's a classic album to me. But like,
there's definitely classic albums.
Yeah, but I can't.
Even like Kendrick, everyone can say "Good Kid, Mad City."
But I don't.
A lot of guys. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I get what guys say, but I don't see that.
Or a Pimp to Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, but I don't say that either. You don't say that either, though.
No, I don't.
I don't care what people say. People say that about a lot. Like,
I'm just saying. I feel like if you're putting a certain caliber, you almost need a classic piece. I mean, like Royce the 5'9", The Book of Ryan, to me is a classic.
You like that, yeah?
Do you not feel the same way?
Yeah. Again, I would say it's a classic. I don't get it. It's hard for me to do that. I think that's something I have to really go put into perspective and really break it down.
Maybe we'll do that.
Because I feel like there's a lot of things we'd have to pull up.
All right, well, fuck it, then skip it.
All right.
Yeah,
but,
so 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go with 8 too.
Okay, cool.
I feel like 7's too low.
Again, for a major label, big. This is
and come on, man. Like, I didn't have to skip a song. How many tracks are on here?
12.
And
we knew 2 of them. And we knew 2 of them. Yeah,
that's pretty great.
And we liked the 2 that already we knew.
Yeah,
that was the climb back and the interlude. And we didn't even say those ones, but those were good. But we knew those songs. That's why I didn't put them into perspective.
Right. With Ramdas, no one even knows who that is. But that's the guy that intros the song. Like, what the fuck? J. Cole can drop some knowledge, I feel. Yeah. And that's what I feel like he's always been like holding some shit back. I feel. You know? And
I feel like I relate more to J. Cole than the Kendrick Drake. Now I might be able to pick more Kendrick and Drake songs that I like in totality, but I do think I relate more to J. Cole's life. You know what I'm saying? If we're doing that thing. And I don't like to do. I know a lot of people when they listen to me, they want to relate. I like to watch, but if I had to pick, I think I relate to J. Cole the most of the 3 big guys: J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. So
yeah,
shout out to J. Cole. We good?
Great album.
All right, great album. 8 out of 10. We both say 8 out of 10. It's our J. Cole the off season. We kind of call reaction.
album review, reaction,
album
something
reaction.
around
Seems
there.
like reaction just trends a little bit better out there in the streets.
People like to see you react. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's get into. Do you want to do Joe Budden?
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just a little. I actually gave Sharday this breakdown the other day too, so I feel like I went over this already.
Very good.
So, Joe Budden, who I'm a huge fan of, been a fan of music, and then of course now he's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Basically, Joe Budden is co-host Rory and Maul. What do we want to do? Do we want to tell him what the intro?
I feel like people know. I think like we'll probably call this reaction and Joe Budden controversy.
Another reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. So just a brief overview, just real quick. So they've been doing this podcast for 5 years, basically. I think even 7 years. Yeah, Rory said. Maul came in on episode 77, which is kind of random. Long story short, they signed a Spotify deal for 2 years. Had to record every drop every Wednesday, Saturday for 2 years, and by the end of the Spotify deal, they got re-upped another offer for $30 million. Joe did turn it down. Now it was almost like a 360 deal, like for music, where anything Rory did with his Lollapalooza or whatever he does, or if Maul does these I forget what they call the seminars where he's like talking about podcasting or whatever. Anyway, they were going to own all the rights to everything you did. So Joe, most people would take that $30 million. Joe turned it down. Now, they were all cool with it. And after the fact of them turning down the Spotify deal, they were independent for podcasts. And Joe had a Cash App sponsor already with his pull-up episodes where he would just interview just artists or whatnot.
Yeah, it was a one-on-one.
So he ended up getting the Cash App sponsorship for the podcast. And I did hear, not for what they would have got for the $30 million Spotify, but their 2-year deal, they were getting more with the Cash App sponsor than they were getting for the 2 years of Spotify. So the Cash App sponsorship actually was paying them well. They were getting a couple $100 more than they were for the 2 years of Spotify. Okay. Now, obviously, they would have got more if they signed that $30 million deal, but they would have been selling, their whole soul to the Spotify. So long story short, and we saw the Rory and Maul clip.
I'm taking this differently than you did. I didn't think it was only about like the Spotify deal and stuff.
Well, the Spotify deal is where the money got into question. So,
well, based on the podcast that Rory, I don't even know if they're calling it a podcast, but based on that, they're kind of saying this has been stemming for a while.
Right.
It was before all these deals.
Right.
But
well,
that's why I feel like maybe I've taken this controversy a little differently than
well, let me just finish what we're going to say. Because I was say with the Rory and Maul thing. In 2019, they were in the Spotify deal. That's when they started asking for the books. Because Rory and Maul get a percentage. It's a profit percentage. So the only way you know your profit percentage, though, is based on what the total profit is.
Yeah.
And they basically said anytime that they would ask Joe for the numbers, it would come back with rage or anger, and Joe never wanted to show his books. And Rory and Maul made it, kind of kept it going, like, okay, whatever, we're getting paid good, the show's going well. And to the point where anytime, and I think what they were saying is too, they probably should have made Joe be more accountable with the books more than they really did. But since everything was going well, since they were making money, and then the pandemic happened, they kind of just let it go more than they should have. But it looks like the big moral of the story is they think Joe's hiding some numbers, and now we're here.
That's how you're taking it?
Yeah.
I think it's more just like the disrespect too than the money thing. I don't think they're claiming he's stealing.
They're not claiming he's stealing. They're just claiming he's not showing the books.
Right. If Rory was saying they were sending him Excel sheets, which are just bullshit. You can just type, you know what I mean? They wasn't really giving him the books. Mm-hmm. I can see it from both perspectives, It's kind of hard for me.
I see all sides.
Yeah.
I get it. If we want to start with Maul, what you're saying with respecting, it is Maul feels disrespect from Joe. Like, Joe's his boy from day one. How are you about to start making weird about books and money stuff? That's corny to him. Maul basically is like, if it's going to turn into, contracts and money, he doesn't want to be a part of it. So Maul's really pushing the respect thing. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be about this money. And I hope Joe isn't changing like they're saying,
But if you think about it, and like looking at Joe's career, first off, I'm a huge Joe Budden fan, first and foremost. I mean, he's probably in my top 10, maybe even top 5 rappers of all time, you know. And I've learned a lot from Joe Budden. I mean, I was watching his Periscope live streams and stuff. So coming into this, I was biased until I watched the Rory and Maul thing. And like, I feel like I'm a decent judge of character, and I don't see them telling too many lies.
No, I don't either.
So that's why, and like this,
and that's why I'm simplifying it.
I don't want to say anything bad about Joe Budden, because I am such a huge fan. But think of his career, you know, and now, I mean, first off, the stress of having a business, let alone the biggest podcast in the world, at least one of them, you know what I mean? From never running a business before, that's a lot of stress.
Sure.
You know? So, and whatever comes with that with your ego, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, you know? So I feel like even people like Joe Budden might fall into that trap, especially when you've been shit on your whole career, and now you're in a position of power, you know, and now you're in talks with Diddy, you're in talks with Jay-Z. That might change your perspective on yourself and, you know, other people too, you know?
Right.
And, like, even the way, I mean, Joe Budden, he's like, Joe Budden says that when people say their name when they're fucking, that's like you might have a little bit of ego issues, you know?
Sure.
And I hate saying this shit, 'cause I love Joe Budden so much.
Okay.
But, like, and there are a lot of signs, and with Slaughterhouse, you know,
signs of what? What are you saying? Signs of
him
what?
having big ego issues.
Okay, but Joe Rogan experience.
No, I'm not.
No.
You misunderstood me. I'm not saying because his name's in the podcast. I'm saying when he speaks.
No, but you did say his name's in the podcast.
No, I'm saying he literally says his name in the podcast. Like when he speaks for himself, he'll say Joe Budden does this, and typically that's a sign of someone that's slipping a little bit.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. And again, yeah. So you're saying a lot of this is Joe Budden having an ego.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
but
so.
I think in that same thing, he calls himself a narcissist. He does joke on the ego thing as well. You know what I'm saying? He plays both sides. But that being the case, Joe might have a big ego. Sure. But the moral of the story is, and again, this is why I said at the beginning, and you're saying why, is because they asked for the books, and Joe copped an attitude every time they asked for the books. Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, once they're starting to make a lot of money, it's important to see the books.
Right.
If you get a percentile.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to simplify it down to that. Yes, there's some respect things. Yes, there's some Joe Budden ego things. Right. Yes, maybe Rory was being a baby behind the scenes and having his attorneys email Joe, and Joe didn't like it because Joe was paying him more than he should have. But at the end of the day, Rory and Maul, they know they're making a lot of money. They want to see the books. Joe and his partner Ian, I don't know if that's the accountant or what it would be, or his manager. I know it's Corey and Ian. I think Corey's his manager and Ian's his accountant.
I don't think so.
Well, whatever it is. There's Corey and Ian.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, but I know Ian plays with the money.
Right.
So.
And I could see how Joe, I mean, and the thing is, Joe did go on the podcast that I ended up fucking paying for.
By the way, you heard they took that down. Did you watch Joe?
They took it down?
No, that's what Joe said. That's why we couldn't find it. Joe didn't want that to get out. Only the bootleg got out.
Oh, damn.
So Joe wanted to take that down.
Yeah. Well, he
said on the podcast on Saturday. You got to watch one on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he
apologized to Rory on there. He apologized to people and said he didn't want that out, but it was the bootleg and everyone heard it.
Right.
And took all the clips. Yeah. So the point where like Kevin Hart's coming. The thing with Kevin Hart couldn't wait to say something to Joe because Joe's talked so much shit about Kevin Hart before. And that's just hilarious. I don't know why Kevin Hart went out of his way to say something about Joe.
He talked mad shit on Rory and Maul, to the point where like he was saying like I'm gonna sue the pants off you guys if you start your own podcast.
He took that back.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He took that back on Saturday.
I don't know. I do lean towards more Rory and Maul's side on this, but at the same time, like I'm saying, there is a lot of stress running a business, and he is the face of the podcast. He is the name of the podcast, and like I didn't like how in the Maul and Rory podcast, how Maul was saying he didn't have that many people coming out for his rap concerts in the same cities that they did their tour in. Well, it's a different. Joe got the fan base to come.
Yeah, of course.
He had the show with DJ Academics. He already had the wave coming.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a little disrespectful.
And that's why I don't even like saying the thing of I choose the side. I don't want to choose the side of anything. I see all the perspectives.
But there's right and wrong. There's right and wrong.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if it's right or wrong. Again, I've also heard people come out and be like, yo, if you're the owner of the company, you don't show the books to the employees.
No, but
now
he's not an employee.
Well, that's their thing.
They own equity of the company.
They're acting like they're not employees. So...
Well, and that's the thing. This is all word of mouth.
Right.
It's either taking Joe's word or Rory and Maul's word.
And I think Joe and their business people look at them maybe as employees.
But that's not.
And they look at them as partners.
It doesn't matter how they look at them. It's like if they own equity, you have the right to see the books of the money you're getting paid off that equity.
Well, and that's why we're here.
You know what I mean?
And that's why now Rory and Maul are auditing.
And I can see it from Joe's perspective, especially if he is doing what he claimed he did, like he was overpaying them and stuff, and he did hook them up.
Yeah.
No matter what way you look at it,
Joe made them famous.
So then the fact I could see like they're checking your money, it's kind of I can see it, but when you're in an actual business, I mean that's what you have to do with people that own equity of the business. But I guess, to be continued. Do you think they're ever going to get back together?
Nah, like Maul said on there, once the energy's ruined, it's hard to be, you know.
But people can forget and forgive. No?
Maybe. But I don't think so. Not with this. Because now too much time will go on with Ice and Ish. And, I don't think it's happening. Maul seems real hurt about it. And, I get it. You know, once the energy's tarnished, it's hard to go back there and fake joke and laugh about silly jokes for 3 hours a day, 2 times a week. But no, I think it's done for good. Yeah. I mean, if they would have, they were done for 6 weeks, came back into 2, it would have kept going after that. But now it seems like too much is tarnished, and Joe's going to move on with Ice and Ish, so we'll see. And that's one thing, too, that Joe did. If we want to back Joe a little bit, he did show. A lot of people, that's what Kevin Hart was saying. It was like Rory and Maul did make the show with him, which they did. There was really good chemistry for the 5 years. But on the flip side, Joe did push along with Ice and Ish. I mean, we even said a couple times, like 4 or 5 weeks into it, we're like, wow, she doesn't even change. If anything, it shows a different perspective. Yeah. So to give this thing that Joe does make the show, he did with Complex, with Academics.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah, so, but again, that doesn't mean he shouldn't hide his books either. Right. You know, if they want to see the books, they want to see the books. And again, if you're these friends, your best friends, like, it shouldn't feel that weird to show the books, you know, unless maybe some funny business is going on. But I'm not here to accuse. I'm not here to accuse anybody.
And I don't think he did. I couldn't see Joe. You know, I think it was more. He was given more than they were. Than they should have, and he just felt disrespected by the point.
And they did go out of the way
to
say,
when he was doing so much, and he is the face of the business.
Yeah.
You know.
And they did go out of the way to say they didn't trust Ian. I don't know if it was in the Roy Maul part or Parks. Parks when it said people they never did really like Ian. You know, and we've heard about all these business accountants. You know, it's not always.
I'm pretty sure Ian's his manager.
Okay, well, whatever. These managers or accountants in showbiz aren't always the most trustworthy people. You don't know where
but their accountant was like a huge corporation. It wasn't just like some guy out of fucking some little corner.
You're talking about wealth management, that wealth management company.
Their accountant,
but
that's who we're doing in the books.
But what I was saying is they don't trust Ian. So whatever Ian does, there was something that they didn't like about Ian. Yeah. So, and I'm assuming Ian handles some of the money or is involved.
And then Maul said Parks.
Yeah. I wish you went into it. Yeah, he didn't say anything. Which I feel they feel away. I'm assuming, I know in the comments and stuff, people are saying Parks is ass kissing and saying with Joe, but what's he going to do? Right. What's he going to do? But hey, shout out to Joe Budden. Shout out to Rory and Maul. I mean, I want to see Rory and Maul start a podcast and just see how it does.
Yeah. So, I'd watch.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
You want to watch?
I'll watch for 1 or 2 and see. But again, at the end of the day, Joe makes the engine go. You know, he's the engine and he's the gas, you know. Yeah. So they're just like rims and some tinted windows. But
they did put a lot to this.
They did. They did. But
yeah, obviously Joe. I mean, he was on the show with DJ Academics. Yeah, the other show. What was the?
Well, that was the other thing too, by the way. That Rory did feel disrespect because Rory and Academics kept going at each other. When we saw those videos, Academics killing Rory. Right. But Academics swears Rory came over to his house and like dropped a letter off at his house. So that's why all this upheaving came off. Yeah, Rory like had people go to his house and drop off a letter, and Academics swears to it. So that's why Academics kept going at Rory. Damn. But then Joe and Academics, they can get a couple $1 million contract if they start a show, and they've had all these offers. And behind the scenes, that was always making Rory mad too, just on the disrespect part. Yeah. So Rory thought it was weird that Joe would work with Academics, and again, it's all. I'm
not gonna lie, I do feel like I look at Joe a little differently.
Maybe.
This is it kind of fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, it's all unfortunate. Again, we don't know exactly everything. Again, maybe the books are clean. Who knows?
But even if the books are clean, you know, just the way things are handled.
But Joe is saying he feels disrespected because they want to audit him, that they don't trust him about the books. So Joe's acting like
he wasn't. With the books. Weren't trying to audit him until he didn't show the actual books for however many years. You know. Yeah. So
anyway, it's unfortunate how this all ended. But shout out to Joe Budden. Shout out to Rory Farrell. Shout out to Maul. That's that. Let's move on. Okay. All right. Let's do UFC real quick. So let's do some UFC 262 reactions real quick. Okay. I put 200 on Michael Chandler to win. Yeah. Straight up. I also did a 3-team parlay with Barbosa, Ferguson's bum ass, and Chandler. I felt good hitting Barbosa. Barbosa dropped Burgos at the end with that crazy knockout. He was like, dude, it took like fucking 5 seconds for him to register, bro. Yeah. Left overhand right, shake shit, and Burgos just fell back to the cage. That shit was wild. And then Ferguson just can't stop takedowns. Jiu-jitsu's not good enough.
Is he done?
I don't know, bro. I mean, he's losing to all the top 10 guys, but yeah. I never knew he couldn't stop the takedown. And then into it, Michael Chandler. Do you want to talk about your bet?
Yeah, I put $300 on Muniz and Chandler. I hit the Muniz. He ended up breaking Jacare's arm. So I came in feeling great. First off, it was my mom's birthday.
300 to win 900.
300 to win 900, 902 to be exact. It was my mom's birthday, so we were out to dinner and shit, and I had Vinny texting me updates the whole time. So he texted me, Muniz breaks Jacare's arm, so I'm fucking stoked. And then going into the main event, he tells me, the first text I get is, Chandler's locked in a body triangle. So I'm like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, oh, shit, he got up. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, he's cut bad. He cut, what's his name? Oliveira bad. And then he was like, oh, he almost knocked him out. There's a minute left. So I'm thinking, oh, this is locked up. He's cut bad. He almost TKO'd him in the first round. Then second round, I get OMG. He slapped him.
19-second left hook.
So that's
Chandler got dropped to the cage and Oliveira.
Yeah, that was 300 to win 900. Just down the drain by that second round knockout.
Good bet, though.
Yeah.
A lot of good.
It was a good bet.
Good trajectory into the end.
Yeah.
Always good to hit those first couple parlays and go into the main event, but.
You know, even if you go back to my predictions, I'm like, Muniz is the safest bet.
Yeah, that was a good hit.
You should just go straight on Muniz.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I fucking throw Chandler in
there. Anyway, shout out to Charles Oliveira, new champ. I did see what's that on this. I did see they opened up the odds because it's probably going to be Poirier McGregor winner. Oliveira's plus 155 against McGregor, plus 145 against Poirier. I think I like Oliveira versus both of them, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's better jiu-jitsu the way he looked against Chandler.
I think I have Poirier.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I think McGregor's going to beat Poirier, though, but we'll save that because that's next.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, let's do our UFC 263 predictions and bets. UFC 263 is in Glendale, Arizona, Saturday, June 12th, one day after my birthday. And it is headlined by Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vittori. They killed me the last time when I said Adesanya. But I know my pronunciations. Don't play with me. Israel Adesanya defends his 185 title versus Marvin Vittori. I think he's the Italian Dream. And this is a rematch from 4 years ago.
Right.
We have Davison Figueiredo defending his 125-pound title against Brandon Moreno, which is also a rematch. We have the Leon Edwards-Nate Diaz fight that might never happen. I won't believe it until it happens. We already went over this on 262, posted that video, and then it got canceled. I think it got canceled that day. I could be wrong, but anyway,
right.
We got Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards, a 5-round fight still. So we have 3 5-round fights on this card, which is pretty incredible. And these are all 5-round fights. I can see going all 5 rounds, so it could be a long card. And then we got Damian Old Man Maya, still ranked number 9 in the welterweight division versus Bilal Muhammad. And then to open the card, which is a really good fight, this light heavyweight fight, Paul Craig. I think he's like the Scottish. I don't know. I'm just making up nicknames, but he does the blue and white. I hope I'm right.
Hey, can you speak correctly?
The Scottish Warrior. No, that's not his name. Versus Jamahal Hill.
Jamahal.
Yep. All right. Let's go from top bottom.
Top bottom.
Go to best
you want the odds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jamahal Hill is minus 290 versus Paul Craig plus 245. Paul Craig is coming off a Mauricio Shogun Hua win, but Shogun Hua is like 40, so it's not great. But he has won his last 4 fights. Well, he's won 3 of the 4. 1 was a draw. So he's kind of on a 4-fight win streak.
Yeah.
Versus Jamahal Hill, who's 8-0, looks really good on his feet. I think you got to take guys out like Jamal Hill down and try to put him on his back. That being the case, what are you going with in this fight?
I'm going to go with Jamahal. How do you say it? Jamahal Hill?
Yeah.
Minus 290. I mean, when people are undefeated, it takes something for me to think they're going to get beat. You know, I always go with the undefeated record for the most part.
So Jamahal
minus 290. I'm going to have him by second round TKO.
Okay. I'm going to go Jamahal Hill. I'm going to go first round knockout.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Next fight. We got Bilal Muhammad at minus 240, taking on Damian Maia at plus 200. The funny thing is Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards just fought, and Leon Edwards poked Bilal Muhammad in the eye, and then the fight it was a no contest, but they're on the same card. I wish there'd be some beef behind the scenes with Nate Diaz in the mix. Bilal Muhammad, Damian Maia. I mean, Damian Maia is old, bro. Bilal Muhammad's minus 240.
Who has Bilal? Let me see. Bilal. How do you spell it?
That's right.
B-L-A-L?
Yep, and the Muhammad M-U-H.
Let me check his shirt, dog. Remember the name. Oh, there we go.
Was that Bilal Muhammad?
Yeah. Tim Means.
Curtis Millender, and he's basically won 5 in a row going into that fight.
Yeah.
Lyman Good's tough. Diego Lima's tough. And then that was the Leon Edwards accidental eye poke. 18-3. Cool. What is my age right now? Just out of curiosity.
28-10. Let's see. 43, oldest.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Yeah, I got Bilal Muhammad. I got Bilal Muhammad by decision, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right. So, all right, on to the next fight. Let's get into the fun stuff. Let's do Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz first, because that's going to be the third fight. We went over this last one, but it's about Leon Edwards I'm going to see the sportsbook number. There's not a sportsbook number, unfortunately. So 5 Dimes has it minus 470 for Leon Edwards. Nate Diaz plus 375.
Right. Are you still going with your initial 262 prediction?
I'll put $40 on Nate Diaz.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's out of honor and respect. It has to happen that way.
What do you mean?
It's just
throwing away money.
Okay. No, I'm telling
I
you.
clearly have Leon Edwards.
I'm Instagramming him right now. And I'm sending him a
that
private message.
That doesn't mean I'm not a fan. I just feel like he's gonna get fucked up.
I got Nate Diaz. I got $40. I got Nate Diaz by 4th round TKO. Bam! People try to go on. That was the only thing people talked about in that last one. You really got Nate? I'll go Leon. Yeah, he's 5-1. Good job.
I'll go Leon Edwards by decision.
All right. All right, let's get into a deep dive into the. First off, let's hope Nate Diaz makes it. I guess Nate Diaz has never pulled out a fight, and he pulled out of the last one with his back.
Yeah.
So
he has money now.
Yeah, he does have money, a lot of money. So
yeah.
All right, so the co-main event.
Right.
It's a rematch. Brandon Moreno challenges Davison Figueiredo for the 125-pound fight, 125-pound belt. It was an excellent fight last time.
Right.
I'm never too excited for dudes who are 125 pounds.
That's disrespectful.
But that being the case, the line's are pretty close. Davison Figueiredo minus 250, plus 210.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get into the main event. I have a feeling one of the guys are going to lose. I just don't know who. That's how I'm feeling. I think one of the
one of the favorites?
One of the titles. It's like the same exact odds, 250 and 255. I think one's going to lose. I just don't know who. What do you think of Moreno and Figueiredo?
I have Figueiredo by TKO.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What round?
Third
round?
Third round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for this one, it was a fun fight last time. They did fight, though. They fought 2 different fights, and then they kept them in Vegas, and then they both fought like 3 or 4 weeks later. So I did think that had some kind of effect on it. You're basically staying in a hotel for 4 weeks before the fight, and you just were fight. So there was a lot of like side stuff into that fight. That being the case, for them to both go home, do their thing, I think is going to help Davison Figueiredo, and I'm going to go Davison Figueiredo by decision.
Okay.
Defends his 175-pound title.
Cool.
And hopefully we can see a Henry Cejudo versus Figueiredo fight at some point, but who knows if Cejudo comes back.
Yeah.
All right. And then the main event.
There we go.
Israel Adesanya comes back down to 185 after losing to Blachowicz at 205. Comes back to 185 to defend his middleweight title versus Marvin Vittori, who, again, is a rematch, who he did fight, I think it was like 4 years ago, I believe. Both guys are better. Marvin Vittori's on a nice little run. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on who you got? Pull up Marvin Vittori's record while we're going over this.
Did I bring it up?
Right there.
Here we go. Continue.
All right.
He's on a 5-fight win streak. Huh?
Some good wins. Cesar Ferreira, Andrew Sanchez, Carl Roberson, Jack Hermanson, and Kevin Holland. 4 of the 5 are decisions, though. But
you know, we're Italian. I'm actually going with Marvin Vittori.
Wow.
After watching that fight against Blachowicz, I've just lost hope. Wow. I think he just takes him down. I really do. I think he takes him down. And
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, he kind of showed the way after that last fight, you know. So I'm gonna go with Vittori, either by submission or decision.
Are you going by submission or decision? You gotta pick.
I'm gonna go by decision.
Decision.
Yeah, I'll go by decision.
Go down real quick. When was that Adesanya fight? 2016. 2018. Sorry, 2018, right there on the Poirier Gaethje card.
Oh yeah.
So that was 3 years ago,
decision.
a little over 3 years ago by split decision. I do think Adesanya is better. I do think Vittori's a lot better. This is a tough one. Yeah, right after I say I think one of the champs are going to lose, the more I think about it. This is a tough one. This is really tough. I got Israel Adesanya by 3rd round TKO.
Yeah? Damn.
Adesanya, 3rd round TKO. Yep, that's what I'm going with.
There we go.
I think he actually does the opposite. I think he comes back hungry from the 205.
Yeah.
You know, he was 20-0. That was his first loss ever. Most champions, most guys learn a lot from their losses and come back hungry. And I think 185 is his real weight class.
You're gonna bet against our blood.
That's 205. Yeah, I'm going to Israel Adesanya.
Damn.
3rd round TKO.
There we go.
Let's do
best bet.
Best bet for that card. Yep.
Yeah.
Straight parlay, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm going Bilal Muhammad against Damian Maia straight.
That's your theory now. You're just going to take the younger guys or the all Brazilians are like 43.
I mean, it works. It
guys going to take punches anymore.
43. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Put the bank on him.
So you're going.
That's the safest bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do, just to add some excitement, I agree. I'm going to do a 2-team parlay though. I'm going to do Bilal Muhammad. And I'm going to go Israel Adesanya 2-team parlay.
Okay, I like that.
Bilal Muhammad minus 240 and Adesanya minus 255.
Yeah.
2-team parlay.
I mean, Vittori is plus 215 for a reason.
Yeah.
But I can see him taking him down.
Yeah, that's not undoable, though.
Yeah.
That's close. Okay.
But you're not throwing Nate Diaz in that parlay.
Oh, no. I'm doing a Nate Diaz straight bet for sure.
Would you recommend
100%
people
sure
to do that, too?
Absolutely.
You're a fucking
idiot.
idiot.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
Nate Diaz is the one not to be a plus 375. That's disrespectful. So, yeah, I'm going Nate Diaz. Yeah, I'm definitely putting a straight bet. I said my best bet.
I love it if Nate
Bilal Muhammad, Adesanya. I will 100% put a straight bet on Nate Diaz. 100%.
I hope so.
I love Nate and he
Diaz.
might win because it's on my birthday weekend, just out of respect, and that will be great.
Are you gonna be sad if he doesn't?
No, because he's -4. He's $5 to $1 basically.
Okay, there we go.
But straight bet on Nate Diaz for sure, 100%.
Damn.
All right. That's our 263. Adesanya Vittori rematch. Figueiredo Moreno rematch. Shout out to Nate Diaz. 209. Let's get it.
Stockton.
Right. Let's do this week. Just stay on UFC. Yeah. Let's do which is a great main event.
Yeah.
UFC Fight Night 188, May 22nd. It's Cody Garbrandt, Alex's favorite fighter, versus Rob Font. An incredible fight at 135, almost like a title eliminator. I don't know if the guy's going to get a title fight after this, but I think whoever wins is right there in a big fight.
All these fights are fairly close in odds.
Yeah. Cody Garbrandt.
Biggest spread is plus 220, minus 260.
No, there's a minus 550 down there at the bottom. Demir Ismagulov.
Oh, I can't see it on our screen.
Ismagulov at the bottom.
Is that in a prelim?
What?
Where?
Are you looking at best fight out? Second to the bottom. Demir Ismagulov.
Yeah, well, is that a prelim?
Prelim? Oh, I'm sure it's a prelim, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
you're all on the main card, okay.
On the main card, yeah. Who gives a
But you know, sometimes the best fight odds, it doesn't have the... Like, it doesn't go in order. But anyway. But the other big fight on that one is the Edmund Shabazian versus Jack Hermanson. That was supposed to be on that pay-per-view, remember? And it got moved.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I actually like that part. Like, I don't know who I like in that main event.
Yeah, right. I was just about to ask.
Cody Garbrandt versus Rob Font. It's very close to me.
As the odds
I want to go Garbrandt. I want to go Font. I want to go Edmund Shabazian plus 130. That's what I do want to go. So, are we going to just do my favorite bet?
Just best bet.
Best bet. I'm going to go Edmund Shabazian straight up.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, I'm going. I don't want to mispronounce her name.
Yan.
Zaonan
Yan.
Zaonan Yan. Don't do that, you fuck.
Yan. You got it.
No.
How is it?
Zaonan Yan. Zaonan Yan.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Minus 125 straight.
Call her Yan.
All right. Against Carla Esparza, minus 125 straight.
That's the other Chinese.
That's the most comfy bet.
That's the other Chinese girl who's supposed to be like real up there with Zhang Weili, but she's ranked like number 3. That's a really good fight though. Carla Esparza's fought everybody.
Right.
But that's a fun fight. All right, so that's yours.
I like that bet though.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go Edmund Shabazian straight up.
You know, I like Jack Hermanson too. You know, I might make it a parlay.
Fuck Jack Hermanson. I'm going Edmund Shabazian.
You are?
By the time Saturday comes,
I won't go against you.
By the time Saturday comes, I will have an Edmund Shabazian in either Garbrandt or Font parlay. I just don't know yet. Okay. I need to see some interviews and stuff. I need to see Garbrandt's headspace.
Oh fuck! I forgot. David, how do you say his last name? Dovrak. Yeah, I'm gonna throw him in there. David Dovrak at minus 145 and Zhao Nan Yan at minus 125. 2-team parlay.
What do you think Cody Garbrandt Rob Font?
It's so hard for me.
Yeah, I got to see some videos. I need to see Garbrandt headspace.
If Cody's looking good,
yeah, that's what I got to see.
Then I got Cody.
My gut tells me right now I'm going to Edmund Shabazian.
Has he been in Hollywood?
And Cody Garbrandt. I don't know what.
Has he been in any like Sprite commercials?
I don't know, bro. I'd never trust Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
Who's Cody Garbrandt with? Like that's why him and Sean O'Malley's a great fight because I just don't trust either of them, and that will be just fireworks. Garbrandt wins this. I hope he calls out Sean O'Malley. They're giving Sean O'Malley another bum, which I'm surprised, but they're just really trying to build him up. They announced who they're giving him, but I can't think off the top of my head. Like another like OG veteran who he's gonna kill. Like, but I know Garbrandt and O'Malley were talking shit, so most likely
that would be a fun fight.
Unless Garbrandt's looking like he's been drinking too much, or I don't like his tone after like 5 minutes. Yeah. That being the case, I'll probably go Edmund Shabazian and Cody Garbrandt 2-team parlay. Garbrandt I know wants one more money run. So, but Font's a savage. Font trains with Calvin Kattar up there on that New England fight team, so he's a real savage.
Yeah,
fighting with Calvin Kattar. Yeah,
a lot of close fights. It's a fun card.
Yeah, so I'll go Edmund Shabazian and Cody Garbrandt 2-team parlay.
Cool.
All right. Let's just do some other sports stuff real quick. Let's pull up that NBA series odds. And even before we get into this, so we're doing best bets. I just want to throw a little PGA Championship odds 2021. It's actually right there, the second one down, right between the odds playing to the left. Are you on the NBA one?
Do you want me to click on it?
Just click on it. Fuck it. It's on there.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Yes.
So I got 5 guys written down. I do like betting all the major golf tournaments. I'm gonna go right now. I have. I'm gonna do. Based on this order, I like Xander Schauffele. They have him at 22-1 there. At Red Rock, he's 16-1. I'm going to go Colin Morikawa. He's 28-1 on there. He's 24-1 at Red Rock. So I'm going to go Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa. Oh, no, sorry. I said Xander Schauffele. I'm going Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa. I'm going to go Tony Finau, who's 40-1 on here. He's 35. He's on the right. 35-1 at Red Rock. Brooks Koepka is at 45-1. I see some good value on Brooks Koepka, even though he hasn't been playing that well. I think Brooks Koepka's 40-1 at Red Rock. I'm gonna go Koepka 40-1 in a long shot. Scroll down. Look for Cameron Champ.
What are the odds around? That might help.
He's 150-1 at Red Rock.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, there it is. Cameron Champ, 160-1. Couple down right there.
Yeah.
Bam! I'm going Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Brooks Koepka, and Cameron Champ. Throwing a little something. I'll probably put 50 on Finau, Morikawa, Schauffele, and Koepka and Champ like 30 and 20. A little something.
On a degenerate level, what would you give this at a scale of 10?
Oh, golf is incredible now. I love golf. The odds are incredible.
Yeah.
The problem is with golf though, like even the favorites, like these random people can win at golf. But I think the best thing about betting is opportunity, and there's opportunity in odds, but it's hard,
Yeah.
No, golf's fun. If you're betting something silly.
So, but on a degenerate scale,
I don't look at it as a degenerate. Betting's betting. I look at betting as a business. If you can hit, you can hit. I enjoy this though. It makes me like golf. And again, I don't bet like the Byron Wells Fargo tournament or the TPC US Bank Open, just the majors. There's 4 majors a year.
Well, there you go.
Let me live.
I'm letting you live.
All right. Shout to golf. Okay, NBA. So we got NBA odds playing tournament. I have the actual odds. So they just announced all the playoff matchups. The only thing weird this year is we have this playing game. So Tuesday, which is tomorrow, the 9 seed, I'm going to break it down to you. So the 9 seed the 9 seed Pacers play the 10 seed Hornets. Pacers are -3. The winner of that plays the loser of Wizards Celtics. Okay. So the winner of Wizards Celtics becomes the 7 seed. The winner of Wizards Celtics becomes a 7 seed, gets a matchup with the Brooklyn Nets, which won't be fun. Yeah. But I do think it's funny if Wizards do win that, Russell Westbrook versus Kevin Durant. Westbrook and Beal will think they can beat the Nets, which will make it exciting. Yeah. And also Celtics and Jason Tatum would be fun versus the Nets in that first round. Celtics have been to the Eastern Conference Finals, 3 of the last 4 years, something like that. Either team who wins that is going to be fun versus the Nets. And then the loser will play the winner of the Pacers, Hornets. I would like to think the Wizards and Celtics both make it into the playoffs. And then go down. And then on Wednesday night, the Western Conference, which everyone's excited for, we have the San Antonio Spurs versus the Memphis Grizzlies, and we have the Warriors versus the Lakers. People can't wait for that. Steph Curry versus LeBron. Game. And also, because it's the same thing. Warriors-Lakers are 7-8. The loser will play the winner. So you'll either get Curry or LeBron. You'll either get Curry for 2 games or you'll get LeBron for 2 games. Chances are Lakers should win that 7 seed. I'd rather them not, because if they win the 7 seed, they're going to get matched up with the Suns in the first round. And it's going to be 2 versus 7, and I got that money on the Suns. So I'd rather Lakers lose that game, have Warriors play the Suns, and then have Lakers go to the 8 seed and play the Utah Jazz in the first round. But yeah, my bet right now, go up real quick one more time. Go to the top. I want to see you. I'm going to bet these games too. I'm probably going to go Washington Wizards though, +2 on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday night, go down. I might go even Spurs +3.5. I think just like lineage, and they're not going to let the Grizzlies just push them over. I'm going to go Wizards +2 and Spurs +3.5. Fucks with me. And then the last one is, I just want to go to the series odds, and I'm going to tell you one thing, bro, that I'm going to really put something on. I'm thinking like at least 300 on. So the NBA series odds, they don't have all of them out yet because of the play-in game, so they don't have the 1 versus 8 or the 2 versus 7. But right now, I'm going to tell you the ones that they do have. So in the East, 3 versus 6, it's Milwaukee Bucks versus Miami Heat, which I don't like because Milwaukee Bucks, that's a tough out for the Heat. I mean, for the Bucks, and I want the Bucks to go to the championship. Yeah. But Bucks are -360, Heat are +270 in that series. I do like Bucks to win that series. Not something I'm going to bet. The other one, I'll stay with the big, or in the East, is the 4 versus 5. The Atlanta Hawks are the 5 seed versus New York Knicks. It's a pick 'em right now. -112, -112. I thought Hawks, the more I think of it, Knicks have home court advantage. I'm going to stay away from that one as well. And then in the West, I'm going to go with 4 versus 5 first. 4 versus 5 is Clippers versus the Mavericks. They're playing each other. Yeah. Clippers are -360 to win that series. Mavericks are +270. Clippers at -360. Again, I want them to go to the championship. Clippers should win that one. This is the one I like to put money on. Ready? The Denver Nuggets ended up getting the 3 seed. They ended up winning some games with Jamal Murray going out. Yeah. Denver Nuggets 3 seed versus the Portland Trailblazers 6 seed. I like it right now. It says Nuggets -120, Portland Trailblazers -105. I say we put a couple hundred on the Blazers for sure.
I knew you were going to
Blazers
say
are going to beat the Nuggets for sure, bro.
You love disrespecting our teams.
That odds value is just too good. Nuggets aren't my team. Like, I know it's Jaden's team, but again, it's not that. They have their best player, Jamal Murray's out. Yeah. This was going to come into effect.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Dame Lillard's not going to let them lose that. I'm going to probably put 300 on the Blazers in that series. Yeah, real talk. That's some excellent value.
Wow.
So, anyway, shout out to Portland Trailblazers. We'll know more.
I like that bet.
Yeah, we'll know more after Wednesday once he's playing games. Actually, no, because they'll play 2. We'll know more after Friday, all the matchups. Yeah. But right now, I love Portland Trailblazers series odds. Versus the Nuggets.
Can you get that at the sportsbook?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at that odds soon. I looked on Red Rock today and it wasn't there yet. I got the little app, but and then I still have Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship, Los Angeles Clippers to win the championship, and Phoenix Suns. And look, Clippers are +400. They passed the Lakers. Nets are +210.
Wow.
So anyway, go Clippers, go Bucks, go Suns, and Portland Trailblazers in that first round series versus the Nuggets. All right. Cool. Where we at?
We're at 58.
Okay, cool. Let's do favorite songs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the only other thing I did write down, if you want me to tell you, I did watch that Those Who Wish Me Dead, that Angelina Jolie movie on HBO Max. Right. Incredible movie. It was really good. I really liked that movie. It was good. I got movies I want to kill. Like Mortal Kombat was trash. Like, I just felt like there was no effort. It just seemed like, I feel like the one I watched.
Did Hendrix like it?
He likes anything that he wants to see. You know, he doesn't have like a big take. He's 6, but Mortal Kombat to me was just under. I don't know. It just felt like sloppy, really sloppy to me. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, and then the other one was the King Kong vs. Godzilla, which I meant to say when that first happened because we were picking winners, and it ended up being a tie, and they ended up kind of helping each other and fight this like big like robot Godzilla. What's with
these? Yeah.
But yeah, Those Who Wish Me Dead, the Angelina Jolie movie just came out. It was a really good movie. I really liked that one.
I looked at the trailer. It looked interesting.
Yeah. What do we got here?
I wanted to show you this. So, do you know who Boogie2988 is?
No.
He has like a big YouTube gaming channel.
Okay.
And he used to do these funny videos. Like he was a big fat dude, and he would like drink Mountain Dew and rage out on World of Warcraft. He'd play like this little character, and so there's this guy who's also a YouTuber. Let me see if I can find his name. But moral of the story is this guy's like been harassing him on Twitter and shit, and told him he's gonna show up at his house and everything. And the guy did. He's recording it. Shows up to Boogie's house, pounding on the door, calling him like a fat pussy, and a bunch of shit. And Boogie comes out with a gun and shoots in the air to scare him away. And he actually just got booked in prison. Boogie 2988.
They put him in prison?
Yeah.
For shooting the gun?
Yeah.
Why?
Even though the guy was on his property.
Isn't that self-defense?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's weird.
How whack is that?
That sucks.
Yeah. Imagine, though, like someone fucking harassing you on Twitter, recording it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're lucky you didn't get shot.
Yeah.
Frank Hassel.
That's random.
That's his name. I just thought that was kind of random. I used to watch Boogie a lot back in the day. There's been a lot of controversies with him. Wow. But I used
what
to
if he
like
has post
him.
arrests or something, or post? Does he have any kind of post? Previous?
No.
Running with the laws? No.
Nothing. Just from shooting the gun.
I thought there's like a self-defense law, but
yeah. I don't know what state he lives in. You know, all these
Something
states
like
are
that.
different. Like if it's California, you probably get booked 20 years for doing some silly shit like that.
Right. All right, let's get our favorite songs when we get into those.
All right, cool.
All right, so songs of the week real quick. I'll go first. You can't steal my song. I told Alec the best song of the week already.
Don't you dare.
I told you the best song of the week.
I'm still taking that
Oh my,
shit.
bro. I went out of my way to tell him. He wouldn't even known the song was out. But anyway, the best song of the week, fine. If he wants to take it, he can. Nicki Minaj she re-released her old mixtape, Beam It Up Scotty, I think it's called. And but she made 3 new songs on it. The first song on the album was Nicki Minaj featuring Drake and Lil Wayne called Seeing Green. Incredible song.
Amazing.
They brought it old school style, but with 2021 content. That shit was incredible.
Yeah.
Nicki killed it. Wayne killed it. Drake killed that at the end. I loved when he was doing like the you guys get on the track with Nicki Minaj and still get killed or whatever. He's calling out everybody. Young Lion.
That verse was so hard.
Drake killed that shit. But yeah, that's my favorite song of the week. Seeing Green, Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne.
And to be honest, I play that song more than any J. Cole song.
I told you that, yeah. That was him.
So that's my song too. And then my second one is actually Sada Baby featuring Big Sean, Little While.
That just dropped today. I didn't hear it though.
Yeah.
Is
it's
it good?
hard. Big Sean's verse is hard.
I got to hear that.
Yeah.
It just dropped today though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The funny thing is I did the same thing. It was actually right next to that. My song, the other song of the week is King Los dropped a song today, Forgot About Los. It's called Forgot About Dre, but he wrote in his video Forgot About Los. And it went over the Forgot About Dre beat, and that shit's hard. So anything King Los does, I'm going to shout out because King Los is the best in the game. But King Los Forgot About Dre freestyle.
There we go.
All right.
Cool.
So this is KandiShow episode 14. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe on YouTube. We have Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Everything.
Facebook,
all of it.
KandiShow, everything.
KandiShow.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Vinny Kandis. That's
I'm
my
Alec
ugly
Kandis.
brother, Alec Kandis.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm the
14 subscribers. Yeah, based on what guys say. So who cares? He's the best looking guy to guys. But anyway, we're making a push. We're going to keep it pushing.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.